Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Brothers in Red podcast. Absolutely cut off these guys while they was talking.
Sorry.
I'll keep you on your toes. Presented by me, James Double, aka LFC_J Dubs, my brother,
Ben Double, aka Dubs_LFC,
and a return of an extra special guest in an adopted brother to the Brothers in Red podcast.
In red.
In red. Say your name.
Sammy. At Samuel Mane on Twitter.
Yeah. I love how you're like, is it?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Samuel Mane.
I've not been as active on it recently.
I hope you realise that's how I always say it. I don't know if that's why you wrote it.
He's the best podcaster in the world.
What?
Samuel Mane.
Samuel Mane. How have we been, boys? Been better? Obviously, football's not exactly fantastic at the minute, is it?
Well, it's just one game.
Well, we had a few shit games before. Two good games.
Good games.
Then another shit game. The race back down to earth. Yeah.
Yeah, which of course we'll get into. Just as a FYI, we're doing episode 2 of a watch along, I guess, because we watched, I think it was Everton Spurs a few months back whilst doing a pod. Me and Ben got heavily distracted in it. We've currently got the England game on there against Serbia. Currently 0-0 as Reece James commits another foul. If we get distracted, that'll be why.
I probably won't be as distracted. Don't give a shit.
Yeah, you really,
Nah,
you really don't care, do you?
Yeah. Cornish, not English.
Scouse.
So,
Scouser.
summary of what we're actually going to talk about today. We'll finish off with a new game where I'll test these two, I think, together rather than against each other, but it could turn into a sudden heat potentially, I guess. We'll revisit our pre-season predictions that we did a little while ago. Just we're at this international breakup. Probably a third of the way through the season, is it?
What? 11? Almost.
So just under a third?
Yeah.
Just under a third of the way through the season. See how badly some of them have already panned out. And I'm saying that because I know 3 of mine are absolutely horrific takes. That's absolutely fine. We'll also revisit potentially, should Liverpool go back into the transfer window to solve some of the potential issues that they currently are facing? I'll put that question to both of these two. But first, we do have to review the loss of the weekend against Man City. So, Man City 3, Liverpool 0. My opinion is, subject to controversial decisions, tactically, Man City just outplayed Liverpool. They flooded the centre of the pitch. We had no answer. It was hard to get into the game. And then the controversial stuff on top of that made it impossible, basically. Samuel Mane, how would you sum up the game?
Well, obviously we watched it together.
Yes.
Didn't we? It just looked like a team that had played 3 games in a row. Basically, I thought. I thought that the way we were pressing was good, but it was just too tired in that sense, and they were able just to play through us. And yeah, they played us. Well, they were better than us on the day. I don't think they were absolutely phenomenal, but they were definitely better than us. And then yeah, again with the Virgil van Dijk goal that should have been, we were better in the second half. If you go into that second half at 1-1 rather than 2-0 down, you never know what's going to happen. So that's a shame, but ultimately it's our own fault, really, I think.
Yeah. Ben, poor from Liverpool or great from City? Which one?
Shit.
Or both?
Nah, PG Manuel. That decision ruined the game. We were shit, but we score. If it's 1-1, I think we come away with that game with something. How well we turned, we didn't play amazing in the second half, but we played a lot better. If we were 1-1 and we had that goal, I think momentum could have changed. We could have had our heads up. It could have been a totally different game. So I just think that was absolute. We weren't good enough, but I think that decision ruined the game.
Yeah, I don't disagree with the decision point. I think you do have to give credit to City where they played because they played well. They exploited the point you said, Ben, about Doku down the wing. He had a really good game.
Bradley looked leggy. That is the issue.
Yeah, Bradley
The whole team did.
I think the whole team looked leggy.
Again,
well.
I think
I don't think we should have stayed the same 11. I think we needed to. I understand what he did. There was 5 days rest or whatever, but it's not just about physicality, and a home game at Madrid takes a lot of emotion out of you. And going away to the Etihad, you're not going to have the backing of the supporters as much. So I think fresh legs would have done good. Say a Jones in there for energy kind of thing. I think that could have helped a lot. But yeah,
I just jumping on that point of the lineup because it's a point I was going to sort of raise later, but might as well go for it now. Is I probably would have liked to have approached the game slightly differently, and I know probably not enough time to train it, and maybe it's not the right decision. But Slot was very aware that you're going to go into this game, and City were going to dominate that midfield patch with players, put a lot of players in there. That's usually how they dominate possession and transition as well. If we could have gone in with a 3-5-2 style play where you have the likes of Jones, Shobo, Maka all in the mid and Grav probably, some balance of that in the middle of the pitch to dominate that possession, and then you have a Verts outside of it linking up to an Ekatike and a Salah up top to bring it all together. I don't know if there's something in there you could have done to dominate that midfield bit where they transition
well,
and then have the defensive backing to make sure that we don't concede.
I think like Slot was in a little bit of like almost a bit of like a lose-lose because obviously consistency has been like one of our biggest issues this season.
Mm.
So he's trying to find a consistent 11 so that they can actually build some consistency. Obviously, beating Villa, who are not like a bad side at all, and then beating one of the best teams in the world in Madrid, that's like a sort of a platform to build some consistency with that team. But I think just with the fixture list, it just wasn't doable. So
Mm.
he could equally could have gone into that Man City game, made 3-4 changes to freshen it up, and we might have still lost. And because again, it's just the consistency isn't there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
so I
I
think
think
it's just a difficult position to put ourselves in.
I don't know why we didn't do what we did exactly how we played last year at the AF. Well, we
Well,
played for. Well, we played
Well,
two
the 4 2
cams.
2
We played two
that
cams
was with
Jo-
Soboslai
and
and
Jones,
Jones
and you
like up
played
top.
Szoboszlai and Burks instead. And whether you put Ekatike out left or just sub him and rest him and put Gakpo out left, I think that would have worked so much
Mm,
better because then you're having the two tens there to help in that midfield, and I think it would
yeah,
have worked better in that
that or
situation.
use like Verts or Soboslai in that next Ekatike in like those 2 10s because I think Ekatike works hard like in terms of trying to like coming back and trying to win the ball back. I think that could
Yeah,
have been an
the
option.
only issue with that is that he's not coached in that formation. If you know what I mean, like he's not
Yeah,
coached as a midfielder to come back as much. Like he does get back, if you know what I mean. But in that role, if you're saying to control that midfield, I don't think he would have been as coached. Whereas the only one that wouldn't have played in that situation, that formation would have been Verts, but he's used to that kind
mm,
of
who
coming back.
played left wing last year for that? Was it Diaz?
Probably
probably.
Diaz.
Which is a very different winger to both Verts and Gakkas, isn't it? It's in
Is it?
terms of taking on your man and
Was it at the period though where?
It might have been one of them where because I think that at the start of the season, Gakpo and Diaz were like both like on fire,
yeah.
so they were almost like
Well, Diaz
rotating.
was up top quite a bit, wasn't he?
Well, it was after
Especially for
the Leverkusen game was the first
yeah,
time he
that's where
played
he
up
started.
top.
Yeah, yeah.
But I feel like we didn't start that City game with like Szoboszlai, Jones, Mac as the strikers. Like we moved to that once we went 1 up. I think. If
I
I'm,
think we started like that because
I
I
think it's
think
the same system with different players. I think we ended with like two midfielders basically playing as strikers.
yeah, I think we started with Jones and Show up top though. I think that's
Yeah.
like because I remember watching that game and being like, "What is going on right now?" And then like it was kind of just yeah, but yeah,
Let's dive into the controversial decisions
oh
then.
fuck,
Oh, here
So
we
we'll
go.
start with the penalty.
nowhere near it.
A soft one. Seen
Correct.
it given 1,000 times. I've also not seen it given against Gakpo 2 weeks ago.
I think
Opinion, Sam?
my issue was more that it wasn't clear and obvious. Like, because he didn't give it initially, did he?
Didn't give it,
No,
and
he
it
took
took
No.
it.
So
ages to
yeah, because
decide it.
that's what annoyed me. Like, it's annoying that it's just soft in general. Like, he's
Who was the
hardly
pen?
touched him.
It was
Doku and
Mamardashvili
Mamardashvili.
clips his foot with his knee.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I think it was soft.
it
Like, I
was
think
soft and he left his
if
leg
it
out
was
a
us,
bit.
I'd want it.
Yeah.
But like, it was just annoying that I don't think it was a clear and obvious error. So I don't think VAR should have overturned it or sent it to the monitor.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was just kept playing
My
from there.
issue with this is it's Mike Oliver, and if he can't give Doku, whatever, studding and putting his boot into McAllister's chest as a
Hmm.
pen against us, then he can't give that as a pen, in my opinion.
That's fair.
Like that is my issue with it. Like you can't all of a sudden say, yeah, he's tapped his foot, so it's definitely a pen. When 2 seasons ago, McAllister basically got attacked by Doku in the box, and
Mm.
it wasn't a pen.
I was going to say, if this was on the other end of the pitch, there's no guarantee it is a pen. Whereas every time it
No,
was in the
it's
Man
because it's
City,
City.
it probably would be.
Yeah. So I feel like with just like the VAR side of things, like they use the word threshold a lot. Like every now, like it got to a point where they were getting involved too much, and then they bring it back, so they're only getting involved if it reaches a certain like threshold, and then they kind of forget about it, and they go back to just like over analyzing multiple angles, zooming in, taking 10 minutes for one decision when really it should just be like a sort of 2 or 3 quick looks again. And if it's blatantly obvious just from that, that's when they should get involved. I feel like, but yeah, it's just one of them where they just sat there and over analysed it for so long when I don't think it was really a clear and obvious error in that sense. Because the goalkeeper's allowed to stand his ground, and that is a contact. And we always go on about it, like it's a contact sport at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And the goalkeeper has to sort of close the gap and that sort of stuff and stand his ground. He hasn't flown into him and cleaned them out. It's more of like almost like a bit of a coming together, in my opinion, anyway. But again, like it's one of them where I'd probably want it at our end. But if they didn't give it for us, I wouldn't be mad if it wasn't overturned by VAR. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's one of those. I've seen it given, like I say, 1,000 times. Also seen it not given very recently. Seen much worse not given, and I've seen much less given. So it's one of those where on the day you get lucky or you don't, and Liverpool were very unlucky, which moves
It's not about luck with Mike Oliver.
fine. Which moves on to the next one.
I'm just going to keep slating him
I
more.
know, I can tell you've got a real bee in your bonnet.
Well, yeah, because he's paid off by
well, can we
fucking
just
salary.
say, obviously, we've moaned about this penalty, but fair play to Mamadashvili, he actually saved it.
Yeah,
Just like think it didn't matter at the end because yeah, it's finally got
yeah.
because Allison's never been confident with penalties for whatever reason. Like his stats are quite low, but I think that will do a lot for his confidence.
Absolutely.
Mamadashvili.
And then we always go on about how Mamadashvili doesn't have the what we call the one-on-one ability versus Ali, but shot stopping probably up there. Probably not as good because Ali is the best, but up there with him. And then we always say Ali penalties isn't exactly his strong suit. And yeah, Mamadashvili saving one against Haaland. Yeah, really, really good. Thought it was a turning point. Thought it was a moment.
I thought that was like the Kelleher
Yeah,
versus Mbappe kind of moment, but
we won't.
apparently not. We went
No,
PI not long after.
yeah. So we won't go on to their goals just yet. We'll go on to the disallowed goal, as to stick with the moments of controversy.
Absolute joke.
So, I wanted to get up the
What the
the,
five
what was
that's
it, the
on for
statement.
him?
The statement.
Oh, that's a joke. It's all a joke. Have you watched the video of it as well?
What with the mic'd up?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, because the lino says immediately Robertson, line of vision. Like that's
Yeah,
why he's
literally.
flagged it.
Yeah.
Then it goes to VAR. They can see it's not line of vision, and then they try to just fuck around with this. Oh, he's making an obvious movement, blah 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 blah. And then Howard Webber's comparing it to the Bernardo Silva one and saying, "Oh, because Bernardo Silva moved away and the ball didn't go over him, that's why that one's fine. But because the ball went over Robertson, so basically, if Robertson instead took a step to his left,
Yeah.
it would have counted, even though it's a movement in the same area. But because it would be away or whatever, it would count. And I just think that's ridiculous.
But technically, if you're actually getting proper technical, he moved away from the ball.
He did. He went down.
Yeah.
Like rather than left.
If
And
anything, he moved
and
further than
actually,
he would if he moved
and
left.
going to that Bernardo Silva one, I mean, I was annoyed at the time. I can remember it when it was given. I thought, how can you give that? Because he's actually like hands on with the keeper,
Yeah.
literally like a split second before the header actually comes in. Yeah, he moves away. He probably times it right, I suppose, like because it was given. But like he had more impact on that goalkeeper than Robertson did on Donnarumma.
Yeah.
And me and James said at the time watching the game that the fact that Donnarumma dives indicates that he wasn't impacted.
To get the ball.
If he didn't dive, then you've kind of got like a little bit of a or wasn't he sort of thing. Like I kind of half understand that, but the fact he dived straight away, I'm like, well, yeah,
And he didn't complain.
yeah.
None of the City
Oh,
players were
he
complaining.
did, but that's because of goalkeepers just complain all the time when they concede. They complain about
It's
something
just
because, to be fair, the City defenders.
it wasn't offside.
We
It was a
picked up
shitty goal.
literally. They were throwing their hand up
Mike Oliver
as soon as we were in, but yeah, I think just the fact that he went for the save and then Carragher's gone in and looked at analysed it, and the fact he didn't save it is because of his body weight and that sort of shit. Yeah, I just think it was bollocks. And
I don't think he would have saved it anyway.
No, and that's
if
the
you
point.
take Robertson out of that scenario, he would not save
well,
it.
that's the point. Like,
Knows what Sam's saying.
the reason why he didn't save it is
Yeah,
because the way he planted his feet and his weight distribution was wrong,
yeah.
basically. But he could see it. That's why he
Yeah.
dived that way. So
So to give a summary of the issue, see how well I can describe it. I didn't know, but 13 seconds after the ball was in the net, the lino put his flag up. So he didn't even do it straight away. It was 13 seconds after the ball went in the net. And it was deemed because it was an obvious action from Robbo directly in front of the goalie.
It wasn't.
The actual commentators, so we've got sort of the quotes here from
They didn't agree with it, though.
from the ref watch. No, not commentators, sorry. The actual
mic'd up,
yeah, refs. So the assistant referee that that says the offside says Robertson's in line of vision, right in front of the keeper. He's ducked under the ball. He's very close to him. I think he's in line of vision. I think he's impacted Donnarumma. So the ref says, okay, so offside. Assistant referee says offside. So they say it's on offside. Michael Oliver says we're checking. Tim Wood comes in and says, I agree with the on-field decision. It's offside. A clear and obvious action which clearly impacts the goalkeeper.
Bullshit.
Absolute that's it. They
bunch of
say
shit.
it's offside.
Corrupt.
I don't believe that at all because he doesn't impact Donnarumma in the slightest. Donnarumma doesn't know he's there. Donnarumma makes his decision before there's any chance of him knowing Robbo's there because it's a reflex decision. It's a dive. He's not.
He's watched it the whole way.
Yeah, he's not diving any way in reaction to Robbo in the slightest. He is diving for the ball, and then Robbo's there. Robbo has not impacted Donnarumma's decision making at all.
Yeah. The other side
out and
of
out,
it,
just not a goal.
after I read
Disallowed, sorry.
Dermot Gallagher on RefWatch, I watched what he was saying and read it on Sky Sports. He literally opens up saying, "Oh yeah, it's definitely subjective and it's a bit of a grey area sort of thing." And then later on, he's asked, "Well, why couldn't the ref be sent to the monitor to have a look?" And he goes, "Oh, well, you can only be sent to the monitor for the normal fouls, whatever, or a subjective offside decision." So, in my opinion, I don't understand why Chris Kavanagh wasn't given the opportunity to go to the monitor and just decide for himself. Why was it a VAR only decision?
Yeah,
because for a subjective offside, which it is, he could have gone and had a look himself. Whether he would have kept the decision or not, that's up to him. But it kind of feeds into that fact that they only go to the monitor if they're definitely going to change their mind about it. I just thought that was odd as well. Just the fact that he couldn't go to the monitor. Dermot Gallagher said it called it subjective. Then later on said he couldn't go to the monitor because it can only go for a subjective offside.
Yeah,
that didn't make any sense.
Completely
it's just
agree.
refs covering refs' backs again.
Yeah, again, completely agree
like
with
Howard
that.
Webb did.
And then the whole what was I going to say? I had a flow there, but I lost it already. To do with no, it's gone. Don't worry. It was to do with what you were saying. You said about how if it was subjective, you could have gone to the monitor. Oh, it was all about the clear and obvious thing again. Doku wasn't clear and obvious and got overruled.
Yeah, and then this one.
This is more clear and more obvious versus the lino who cannot see the line of vision. That's the one who's made the decision.
Yeah, I don't blame the lino.
I think he's done the right thing, really.
Exactly. He thinks he's in his line of vision. That's a clear and obvious error from the point of view of the camera angle, which shows
100%.
he's not. The lino can't see that. Completely fair. Not Lino's fault. Not even the ref's fault, because he's not dealing with that situation. He can't see that in real time. This is the exact time VAR intervenes and says, no, Lino, you said he's in front of Donnarumma. He's not. Would you agree to overturn? Yeah, done. This is the clear and obvious error.
Michael Oliver shouldn't be near Liverpool games.
But by all accounts, by the mic'd up, it wasn't even him.
It
was
he gives a decision though. He gives a final one on the book.
Yeah, but he gets told by Tim Wood to do it. Whoever Tim Wood is.
But they're still looking at the same screens, so Michael Oliver can go, actually, what you want about?
Well,
he's not in his line of vision.
But like the fact that he's a Newcastle fan for starters, we spoke about this before. They've got beef with us at the moment. The fact that he's been paid by City owners to ref in Saudi with the two linos that were actually lino of this game, and all the other decisions that have gone against us in these City games, and all the favourable ones that have gone for City. How is he anywhere near our games? It is a joke. Absolute joke. I hate it.
Unfortunately, we seem to get the rough end of the stick with whatever ref because we had the same with David Coote, Paul Tierney as well. Like,
this is the other thing
there's
because
so many refs that can
my
come out.
Clattenburg.
he was on that booked sent off slot, wasn't he? And the Everton as
Who?
well.
Michael.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So when like managers and refs beef, obviously that never gets dropped. Evidence in David Coote the fact that he hates Klopp and Paul Tierney used to hate Klopp.
And the Mark Clattenburg one recently.
Yeah, he made up bullshit.
Yeah, because like it was something like because he got audited by the tax man on Twitter. So because was it Henderson and Terry literally never played a game while Klopp was manager or something.
Literally.
Yeah. So it's just like again like it just goes to show that refs do hold grudges and vendettas. Like
they're human, so
but like you know, and like it's always going to happen. Like you know, like speaking of my job, like you get to know certain individuals, and you know, you sometimes you get a bit of perception of people, but then you've still got to go into it like with a fresh mind and and
we've said
deal with what's in front of you.
Like I think they try to the best of their abilities, but subconsciously because it's there, they will subconsciously make decisions quickly or in favour whether they mean to or not, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I think if any of these feelings come about, like if you don't like a manager, say for example, or feel a certain way about a club, then you just need to be honest and like
but
literally be like, don't put me in that game, but they're not going to because they want to fight for the other team.
Well, not even that. Oh, see, that's where your head went. My head went to this is their job. If they all of a sudden say, I shouldn't be reffing Liverpool Man City, the biggest game probably of one of the seasons, like top 5 games of the season, that's basically them condemning their own job. Because they're like, I'm not good enough
but
to ref
in
that
that moment in this year, not saying you're not good enough, just admitting that you don't get on with the current manager.
Yeah, I don't know. It kind of would that then if he did that and it came out and that's why, would you ever let him manage Slot again? Ever?
Just depends, doesn't it?
I think the second he says that,
But
that's done.
needs to be
He
a
can
cool-off
never.
period, doesn't it?
Yeah, I completely get what you're saying. I'm just saying the reason,
Especially after the summer now, Newcastle as well in general. As a Newcastle fan, you will not like Liverpool at the moment.
I'm just saying the reason it can never happen is because we would never be happy with him ever reffing again, even if it's been a 2-year cool off.
But I'm not happy with him reffing us anyway because he's a Newcastle fan.
Yeah, I know. I
Like,
get it.
how can that be allowed?
I get it.
Especially after summer. Like, we took their best player. Yes, he's been injured and stuff, but you've seen the way the fans were talking online. You've seen how they feel about us. How is he allowed to ref a game like that?
Yeah, I get
Like,
it.
that's what I don't get.
The third piece of controversy that I picked up on, I think we picked up on it while we were watching it, Sammy, is how Salah was offside 8 times.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And we only saw 2, 3 replays.
I don't think it was just Salah, but like I looked at the stats during the game, and City have been offside once, and we've been offside 8 times.
Oh,
I think
that was it.
I think lots of them potentially were offside, but there was quite a few where we didn't get a chance to watch it back, and they looked a lot closer to the goal. And it was almost a little bit like the flags are going up that little bit earlier than
literally that they were going up quick instead of letting it play on, and you're like,
which is weird because obviously for the Verge goal, the flag didn't go up for another 13 seconds because they took I don't know a few seconds chatting on their mics before actually putting the flag up. I think just between the Lino and Chris Kavanagh. And then it seemed like for all the other ones, it was kind of going up fairly quick. I mean, I'm always kind of a bit like I'm an advocate for if it's that obvious, get the flag up.
If it's obvious,
because I get why they keep it down. Because we don't want to see goals ruled out that would have been.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it just seemed like it was quite flag happy for the rest of it, and then we weren't really getting a chance to watch them back, and I think that was annoying us more than the fact that potentially they would have been onside.
And then alongside that, one of those offside decisions immediately happens before their third goal. And it's like, we didn't see the replay of the offside, it actually being offside. It was a quick turnaround, and then we defended poorly and the goal happens. And you concede where you play poorly, but some of these other things that are happening, you're a bit questionable of, especially when you've been hard done by.
Yeah, I've got to say, I'm not especially peeved at it because I do think we've always been shit for it. Like when we used to give Nunes stick for it as all the time about always being offside, but it's literally I'm seeing it more and more in lots of our games. Is we can't seem to hold our runs very well, and we've got so many players that are culpable for it. like Gakpo does it as well sometimes. Salah was like the biggest culprit on the weekend, but I think that might be more out of frustration and
trying to
being
do something.
over eager,
Yeah.
trying to get and I think when obviously the team is tired, you're not playing as quick. A couple of weeks ago, when Salah makes that run, that ball gets played that split second earlier, that sort of stuff. I
Yeah.
think that plays into it a little bit, but it was so frustrating just watching us kill good opportunities by what looks like quite stupid offside calls, basically,
No, I agree.
and runs.
Move on to our players, Ben. I have a few that I was gonna pull out a few names, but obviously we're going to be talking on the more negative side, and I'm really reluctant to just bash people, but it's quite obvious that quite a few people weren't up to speed on the weekend in general. One of the most notable that was online was Ebu again, had a really bad game
Yeah.
in general. Caused the first goal. Oh wait, no, caused the penalty by miscommunication with
Inadvertently,
Bradley,
yeah.
yeah. And then I think was at fault for I can't remember the second goal. What was it?
Second. I think it was the
Oh,
second.
it was Nico. Virgil, the deflection should have done more, but I think no one presses out to him, which I think was Evo's job.
Well, it would have been his size. Well, I
Yeah.
can't remember exactly where he was.
And then the last one was Doku again not
That was a great
not
goal.
pushing out. It was a great goal.
That was a good finish.
Literally, like
Those are the areas
never
we
does
let
that
them
against
have the
anyone
ball
else.
more, though.
Yeah.
Like normally we'll close down more, but we don't press as much. We feel more comfortable in those areas around the box to just let them have the ball, and that's where they don't they need to score a wonder goal to get these goals. That's
Well, and obviously we usually have the best goalkeeper in the world.
yeah.
The more than happy for him to shoot from
Yeah.
25, 30 yards against Allison. I would kind of feel the same about Mamardashvili. Just
I think he's, as we
not
said, he's a
again.
great shot stopper, but
He's like sort of an 85% of Allison sort of thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like where his shot stopping is really good. 1v1s just aren't there compared to Allison
can be coached.
because Allison is so good at it. Just
But I think
it,
he's the best in the world at what we want.
oh, absolutely. Like, and that's like the differential between him and other goalkeepers. I think when
Yeah.
you've got like you compare it to like Courtois like reaction saves and all that. Like we obviously see
First hand, we know that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, literally. Like I think his like reactions and like wonder saves are probably the best in the world. But when it comes to Allison, it's just his overall
Everything.
composure,
Yeah.
control, and then when it's the 1v1s, it's the way he forces players to go a certain way, his time,
Yeah.
the timing of him coming out. Because he'll come out and then he'll almost like give himself a little speed boost and close them down when they almost don't expect it. So yeah, and his obviously his shot stopping is good as well. So I think usually we're quite happy to let people shoot
Yeah.
from that far out. But
So yeah, do you think about Ebu, Ben? What do you think about his game?
He just needs to sort this contract out, man.
I saw the news today that supposedly it's Liverpool's last one.
Last offer, yeah.
So there will be some sort of confirmation, at least, depending on how long it takes to finalise the decision on that offer. But that kind of hints at it will come to a close much quicker than Trent's did last year.
I think that's why.
Yeah.
I think because of Trent, this is why we're doing it. And I think they need to know before January.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're going to do.
Basically, do we need to go and get Guehi, or are you gonna? Is your
I'm going
mind
to be
gonna
surprised if we go and get him anyway.
Yeah.
Because we're a defender down.
Well, let's not ruin my second half of the pod.
Well, I was trying not to that whole time, and then you brought it up. So
yeah, you brought that up.
But you said the word January.
I was trying not to say whether Evu stays or not. I think we try and get a centre back in Jan because one, it will be competition for places, and two, yeah.
Then I don't think it's just like the contract stuff. He just because he's still playing well every now and then. He's having a couple of like blinder games,
Yeah,
and then he has a game where he looks like he's never seen a football before.
yeah,
Like,
obviously.
and I did see it might have been Carragher that like was looking at the Man City game, and like when we were setting up for goal kicks and stuff, they were forcing the ball
Onto
to
Evu.
Canate rather than Verge because Verge obviously can break lines and kill you one pass sort of thing. So it was increasing the pressure on Ebu, but at the same time, he had more time on the ball. Because he wasn't being pressed in the same way that everyone else was. So, and he can play line breaking passes, just not as consistently. But I think like he plays well every now and then he starts almost like it just looks like he hasn't got the energy or is overthinking it or underthinking it. Like just something's off with him every now and then.
See, this is one of the reasons I think that we should have started Jones over Maka this game, because Jones comes to the defenders all the time to get those balls.
And he's just so comfortable.
With Grab and Jones as the two centre mids there, I think Jones would have had more energy than Maka. And yeah.
Well, I think overall, Maka's energy levels have been
up and down.
More down than up.
Yeah, 100%.
It was only really probably
like Madrid was his best game.
Yeah, it was everyone's best game. In all honesty, but I think.
But then he's not going to perform at that level straight away again.
Yeah,
which is why I think we should have again made.
But last year he was just so good at just keeping things ticking over.
He was almost consistent,
doing the dirty work, getting the tackles in and pressing, and he would play like line breaking passes, pop up with the goal and all that. And this year it's like he's, I don't want to call him like a passenger, but like he's just kind of just there and just doing the really simple stuff. But he's just a yard off it almost, and a second behind everything. Like he just really needs to sort his fitness.
I was going to say that. I think it's from the injury into fitness, wasn't it? Because he didn't have a proper pre-season, and then slowly been trying to get up to speed. And then the Madrid game, I was like, we've got him back. Finally, we're going to smash it. And then all of a sudden, it looks exactly like.
It's just his tempo. I think that's what it is. I think that's the best way I can describe it. It's just his tempo is just off, because he's still doing the right things. He's just doing it a second too slow, sort of thing, or getting there a split second too late, sort of thing. But yeah,
the only other player that I was going to speak about, and this isn't in a negative way, but this is in a noticing it way, is Shobo. From a point of view of
shattered.
Yeah, he's been our.
He's looked fucking shattered this game. His first game all year, he has looked like something was off.
Up until this,
and I will not blame him.
Up until this game, he's been our most critical and our best player. And yeah, he just looked legged. He looked tired. He was a yard off it. He made a couple of mistakes, not like huge errors, but just the ones we've not seen recently. And there was moments where he was walking, and you could just see he was just gone. Like his legs were gone. There was too much ground to cover because of the way that we were set up and the way that City were playing through that midfield. He was having to press literally the whole pitch.
Sorry.
And I think he just ran his legs into the ground.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think part of that, because I think arguably he was still probably our most energetic player, because no one was energetic.
Yeah.
So even then, he was still doing some work. But I think it doesn't help when the rest of your team isn't on your level, sort of thing, in terms of running and movement and that sort of stuff, because he might be willing to press, but if his teammates aren't willing to press with him, then what's the point? That he'd just be doing a disservice to himself, sort of thing. And if he sees a pass, but the player isn't prepared to run for it, you can tell they're not set to run for it. He isn't going to play it. That sort of stuff, I think, kind of plays into what that performance a little bit as well. But I think it all comes back to just the fact that everyone just looked knackered, and it just affected everything. Tactically, the press looked okay. Like when we had before their first goal, we had them in their very back corner, and it was just one of them things where
they just played it out.
Yeah, but it was we had so many opportunities to win it back, but we were literally just that split second too late, sort of thing. And if we hadn't played midweek, maybe we would have won the ball back almost. So the setup was okay. I'm not saying it was perfect, but I think it was let down by the legginess of it.
So yeah, a bit of a legged performance, a few controversial decisions. On another day, maybe it swings a different way. You don't know.
Well, the second half was better, and you don't know what it's.
I just think it wasn't going to fall for us.
Pep's 1000th game, which congratulations to Peps for making that far. But it was always a
big watcher of the pod.
Disaster. Yeah, it was one of the 1,000 honours of 1000th game. It really reminded me of the 4-0 back in COVID, where they came downfield and beat us 4-0. Same vibe of a performance. I don't think we played horrific.
But that's because we were hungover, I think.
Was that? Was it?
That because we literally just won.
Oh, I didn't realise that was that. I thought it was season after.
No.
But yeah, it's same reason, same outcome, different reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Tiredness and hungoverness.
Shall we move on, or do you want anything else to say about City?
Fuck him.
Cool.
Yeah.
Ben?
Mike Oliver was their best player.
Oh, he's still talking. See you next week when Ben is still talking about Mike Oliver.
I will do. It's a joke. It's a joke, travesty.
We'll move on. So, the second segment will be revisiting mine and Ben's season predictions, and we'll get Samuel Mane's vibe as to whether he would have agreed with us, whether he would have gone for anything different. He's got to give us his honest opinion. He's not going to get a pie in the face at the end of the season. But
Are we doing a different four for this?
I definitely called Sunderland top 4. Just saying.
get in the bed.
I did say Sunderland do well though.
You did. Right. Well, let's not spoil it.
I said Wolves would
So,
go down.
top sixes. We obviously had two versions. I'm going to just go for our original for now. Or should I go for the second one?
I can't remember.
We're going to do for one. So, the one where you revisited it after
I can't remember which one was better for me. So
Right, we're going to go for original. So, Ben went for Liverpool win the league,
could still happen.
City coming second, Arsenal coming third, Chelsea fourth, Spurs fifth, United sixth.
That could still happen.
Most of that could still happen, other than you'd argue Liverpool are slowly falling away.
No, that could still happen. It is November.
I had City in first, Liverpool in second, Chelsea in third,
That's even more unlikely than mine.
Arsenal in fourth,
Yeah, that's even more unlikely than mine.
United in fifth, and Spurs in sixth. In general, how much deviation would you have had within that, Sammy? Any teams not there that you would have put in the top six?
Don't say Sunderland or Bournemouth.
Hey, Bournemouth are a good side.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think the top 6 is the top 6. I think at the moment it's kind of gone back to that, just maybe with Spurs United dropping out a little bit, but yeah, I don't think so. I don't think I had Arsenal win the league. I thought it'd be between us and City again, like not like a guaranteed Liverpool win, but I just didn't think Arsenal had that cutting edge sort of about them where they would, like they did last year, they fall away. Well, no, and this is the thing, is that's why I'm not.
That's why I'm still not
it's
sold on
lost
them winning it.
Yeah, exactly. Because they've had so many games this year which have been boring. The ones I say they're weak in, like they haven't looked. No kidding. The first even their Champions League game of the week. Yeah, like I think there will be days where they won't get the rub of the green and their set pieces won't go in, and that's when we saw it against Sunderland, obviously, that they gave them a game and they dropped a couple of points. And I think towards the back end of the season, I think if they don't win, that will
get in their head.
Yeah, I don't think they haven't got the same like winners mentality that obviously we had last year with our older heads like carrying us a little bit.
My justification for Arsenal being fourth, so way down the way, was I didn't think any of their signings, attacking wise, put them above and beyond where they were last season. If anything,
that's probably right.
Back.
You were correct with that.
It's just the league has turned into a defensive
set piece
league, so it's really helping them. So I read the room right, I just didn't read the league right, and it's actually gone to favour them.
But I say it's unlikely to them go fourth, but we don't know. All it takes is Rice and Zubimendi to get injured, and I think that back four.
To be fair, I think just Rice.
Yeah, I've said just Rice before, but even if you just take two of them out, or Rice and one centre back, if they have to go through those kind of injuries, like at the moment, the injuries they've had are their backup wingers and stuff, and like they've been complaining about Madueke. I'm like, well, yeah, Saka's back, so it doesn't even matter.
And when
Martinelli,
Saka
Havertz, I'm like,
yeah, Madueke was actually their best player.
Yeah, 100%. This is what I mean. Like, and like they were complaining about Odegaard being injured. I'm like, well, you play 3 CDMs. It doesn't even matter. So I think it could still happen. I think they could drop off. If they rely on set pieces, that's not always going to work. Teams will start to figure it out, I hope.
So, reflective of the top 6, do we think Bournemouth and Sunderland both drop off?
Yeah.
Or are they competing for top 4 like Forest did last year?
For me, they definitely drop off.
Yeah. They'll get top half table. Both of them will. Top 8.
Top 10.
Top 10 and top 8.
Yeah, I think around...
They could be like above Villa, Brighton and that. They could end up being above them.
So Conference Europa League fighting rather than top 4 fighting.
Yeah. I think they've got to aim for that kind of thing, yeah.
Right, next one was relegation 3.
Can I what was in my head? Can I say a really hot take, a controversial prediction?
And if you're going to clip it and post it on TikTok after.
I think within 2 years, United replace City as the title contenders.
Which United are you on about?
I do.
The Manchester one?
Yeah.
Wow.
You think they replaced them?
Yeah.
If Pep goes,
Pep,
and they
Pep
sell
goes, and I
Haaland,
think Haaland would go.
yeah, but he's on an 8-year contract. That's a big money contract.
Unless they get a big manager name, money is the only thing that's going to attract him, in my opinion. And they turn into a Chelsea.
What side? I
I think United are on the way up.
if they continue this
Building
trajectory, yeah, absolutely.
I think if they buy the right players for Amarin's system, like he started to this year, and if they carry on that over the next couple of years, I think they will be in a position to start challenging again.
I can see it as in like.
I'm not saying it's guaranteed. I just wanted a hot take out there. I think it could get that way within 2 years.
I hope you're wrong.
So do I.
I really hope you're wrong.
So Zidane recently dropped an interview that he's going to be looking to go back to managerial.
Yeah, shocked. Just another checkbook manager.
If he goes to
Needs to go to a
City,
successful team.
if he goes to City, do you see your prediction still coming out true?
I have a real problem with Zidane. He took over a Madrid team that was already made, and then he just goes to like
picked 11
he
players.
hasn't been tested. Yeah.
But wait. Just to clarify, didn't he?
He went back to back to back.
Yeah, it was like
Champions League, but that's like I could literally probably go into like City's team from like a quadruple if I had all the players all year, and I could probably still win it. I'll be like, go and do that.
Yeah, but didn't he?
But if City actually used more of a squad, whereas I think the Madrid 11 picked itself every like that midfield, like of Casemiro, Kroos, and Modric, like
Literally.
it picked itself every single week. They were always fit. They always played well.
What
Like,
Ronaldo, Benzema, Bale? Was it that time or was Vinny there at the time? Was it Vinny, Ronaldo, Benzema? I can't even remember. Vinny, Ronaldo, Benzema? No, was Ronaldo even there? Vinny, Benzema.
I don't think it was Ronaldo. It would have been Vinny, Benzema.
So it was between 2016 and 2018, so 2 years, and then 2019 and 2021. So I was going to say he did 2 stints, and within that, he won Champions League in the first stint, went away. Real Madrid didn't win the Champions League. He came back and won the Champions League again without much squad rotation. That proves he's getting something out of a squad that the people that replaced him.
But he's getting something out of some of the best players in the world.
Yeah, fine.
That is my argument. He wouldn't go and do that at Bournemouth. He might be able to, but this is my issue. Like, I'm not going to be able to judge. I can't judge someone on just that.
It's hard because would you say Klopp would have got a title winning or a Champions League winning side out of Bournemouth?
If anyone could do it, it would be him.
Yeah, if anyone could, it would. But would he have?
He could have. Like, he might have been able to. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, you never know.
I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, if
what's that
being
to do with
realistic,
if it's
because
the Bournemouth,
you're using Bournemouth, you couldn't go to Bournemouth and do anything.
Okay, so that was okay. So could he go to Liverpool when Klopp took over?
I mean,
maybe
not now.
at that point.
Not now. When Klopp took over.
I mean, this is my issue. Bournemouth team of last year is better than the Liverpool team that he took over. Bar obviously continuing to having that extra X factor. But
I'm not saying he's absolutely awful, but like, I'm not threatened. I'm unsure. I'm not. He hasn't proven, like, to me that he is a world class. Like, oh my god, one of the best. Like, he doesn't scare me.
He's the ability.
He could have the ability. This one, like, it's not proven, in my opinion.
That's fine. I feel like it's.
How many teams has he managed?
Still hard.
How many teams has he managed?
Real Madrid
twice,
and then
the most expensive squad in the world at that point.
Fine, you still have to make it win. Like, you still have to succeed.
That's it.
I think there's an element of both. There is an element of both.
I don't think he walks into the dressing room and goes, "You boys play."
No, obviously not. Obviously, there are some tactics to it.
Exactly. And so, if he goes in and say,
but he couldn't put those tactics on, say, Spurs or Chelsea and win something.
You don't think he would?
No,
I think he would.
What, at that time, the same starting 11?
Because you said Spurs or Chelsea.
Spurs or Chelsea is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're not Madrid level, though. They wouldn't win the Champions League.
Well, not against Madrid, no. But they could win something, is what I'm saying.
But this is my point, James. Because he took over Madrid, the most expensive team in the world at that point, that's why he won the Champions League. So he added the tactics in there.
Yeah.
If a Chelsea or Spurs he was managing came up against that Madrid without Zidane, that squad, they wouldn't win.
Well, you couldn't get Bentancur to play like Casemiro, sort of thing.
Yeah, like this is what I mean.
There's an element of both in there, isn't there? Around like what he's adding to players that are already good.
Yeah. Like
I don't know.
he's a good manager, but in my head, he's not proven as a world class like up there. He doesn't scare me. That was my point. I'm not scared of him going to City.
Which managers are you scared of?
There's
Wait,
not many out there at the moment.
that's mad as well though, because that's financial backing. Him going to City does scare me, because then you can rebuild your
No,
Real
because
Madrid.
I think when Pep goes, like Haaland, I think Haaland goes to Madrid when Pep goes.
Will be for a lot of money.
And it would depend on the whatever Vinny and Mbappe are doing at
And
the
I
time.
think Rodri as well. I think Rodri goes as well.
I have no problem with Zidane not doing well at a not world class team, but if he walks into a City, I would be worried because it would be financially backed. It would be the
No,
same. It would be the same as your Real Madrid.
it is the Madrid
England.
of England, isn't
Yeah,
it? So
exactly.
he would be able to just sign who he wanted, sort of thing. But well, have to wait and see, won't we?
We'll move on to relegation 3. So Ben, you went for Burnley, Leeds, and Wolves. Is that looking spot on right now? Is it?
I'd probably say so. I think West Ham are done now. I don't know how well Leeds are doing. Leeds were doing all right, weren't
Yeah, you are right. Oh my God! Wait, that's not this season, is it? Forest.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Forest are shit.
Wolves,
This is what I predicted
Forest,
last year.
West Ham. So none of the promoted sides are in the relegation zone,
they? And Wolves are basically down.
and Wolves are basically down. I had Brentford, Burnley, and Leeds, which
Brentford
is
are
even worse.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
at least have Wolves. Sammy,
Yeah, Wolves was a great show.
hindsight is 2020.
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
Would you have predicted none of the relegation promoted teams would be in the bottom 3 by this point in the season?
I hadn't
Honestly.
yeah. So I hadn't watched like any of the promoted sides before they came up, but the last sort of few years has been a bit of a trend of the gap's got too much. Teams are coming up and going straight back down, sort of things. And I kind of thought, without watching any of them play, that it would probably be more of the same.
Yeah.
I, but then I did think Brentford would go down. Like, so same as you guys potentially thought, with losing the manager, the captain, and their two best forwards, that they would potentially go down. But then they've almost come in and just gone, all right, well, we're not going to be able to play that kind of football anymore. We'll just fucking launch it in the box every throw in, and it's working. So yeah, and they're picking up important points. So that came as a surprise. I thought Wolves obviously would be worse, losing Cunha and Aït-Nouri, but I didn't think they would be just as bad as they are now.
Yeah.
Because Cunha last year was winning them games.
He carried them.
Yeah, almost on his own. But I thought they still had like a good sort of foundation, good technical players, and yeah, and they haven't really invested very well with the Cunha money, and they ain't ignoring money. I don't think so.
No. Before we move on, just a little bit of spice into the fact that when we revisited our season predictions, I moved it around and put Sunderland in there instead of Brentford. So I went even worse. Anyway.
I thought you were going to say I changed anything. Did I even change anything?
No, you didn't. Golden Boot. We both went Haaland.
Then I may have made a boo-boo.
You went to Isaac. I went to Ekatike. This was when Liverpool had just won 6 on the bounce.
Yeah.
What would you realistically have gone for, Sammy?
I'm still sticking by Isaac.
I can't wait for the rest of the
He's
season.
going to be top scorer in 2026
Yeah.
when he can actually get on the pitch. I think I would have been torn between Salah and Haaland. Honestly, I think it would have been like my heart wants to say Salah just because he's
Salah.
but I think Haaland is always going to be up there as long as he's in the Premier League. And this year he has like almost taken up another level, almost like somehow. Yeah, so I would have been between those two. I expect. If I was in the pod, I would have said Salah because it's the Brothers in Red podcast, isn't it?
Correct.
So
correct.
yeah, you got to back our own.
Which nicely leads me on to the next one, which is Playmaker. A little bit of Liverpool bias may have creeped in here.
Oh, it's going to happen.
We both said Verts.
It's going to happen.
Well, you changed your mind, so
it's going to happen.
What are you saying?
But what did I change my mind?
You changed it to Salah.
Well, it's going to be Salah then. No, I think Verts. I'm just going to back Verts now because
I'm not changing it again.
No, not changing it. But I just want him to succeed, and I know he's going to. I can't wait for him to shut everyone up. It's doing my head in, especially that man there. I don't know what you want to.
Oh, he isn't as bad as Roy.
I'm looking at Roy Keane.
England are 1-0 up, by the way, just in case anyone was wondering.
Saka
Smart boy.
Would you have gone for either of our Verts or Salah picks for the playmaker of the year?
Probably would have been one of those two. I probably would have gone for Verts because of the hype around it at the time. And to be honest, he probably should be top of the assist chart
Yeah,
at the moment with the
literally.
chances he has created. Again, like as someone that's sat there and actually watched him play rather than just looked at his stats,
Yeah.
like in terms of like the eye test, like he does so much of like the quick passing, like, and you can tell like he's his football IQ is just that a little bit higher than others at times, and they're just not reading what he wants to do, or he doesn't. They're not doing what he expects them to do, and that sort of stuff. So yeah, he's created so many chances, and they're the ones we put bloody like balloon over or wide or at the keeper or whatever. So yeah, it's been frustrating watching him because we can't just finish what he creates for us.
There's every chance of this being fully turned around though, because the most assists currently in the league is at 4,
Yeah, this is what I
and
mean.
that's Quilinci Hartman from Burnley.
See, I think the issue is the fact that even if you wanted to go for a City player because Haaland scores so much, you can't because they rotate so much.
Yeah, there isn't
Well,
one
And there's
City
one
player
playmaker.
that
Yeah.
like stands out.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, again, I think
Like,
if you
because
watch,
De Bruyne is gone now.
yeah, if you watch like Savinho and Doku, like they're brilliant technical players, but their output just isn't consistent enough to be up to the top of
Yeah.
those charts. And because of the
The
type of
rotation.
team they are, the fact they rotate and they're just like they're all technically like the best in their positions almost in the league. Like they all pick up the odd assist. Like John
Yeah.
Stones will get an assist from one pass
Yeah.
or whatever. Like so, it's just kind of the way it is with that City team.
Gonna have a quick run through of the last 5 just before we move on to the next topic. So Golden Glove, Vicario and Allison. Allison injured. Vicario is currently on 4, but in about 8th. Would you have varied much? Would you have gone for Raya, who's currently leading?
I wouldn't have gone for Allison. I can tell you that because his
Injured.
hamstring, he injures his hamstring every year.
Yeah.
Obviously, quality wise, he should be winning Golden Gloves, but the fact is he just doesn't play enough games to win it. I think I probably would have gone for the Forest keeper or Raya, to be honest, just because they're the two most, or what Forest were, most defensively minded and sound
Yeah,
teams. So
it's
I
completely fair.
probably would have gone for one of those. But
This one's for you, Ben. Surprise of the season. I went for Fulham, who are doing a lot worse than they did last year, I think. You went for Sunderland, who are currently living up to that hype. I feel like we should put it in stone now. What makes it a surprise? Above 10th? Or is it hindsight and just above 12th?
I was gonna say above 12. Like, that's what I would call a surprise of the
Cool.
season.
So above 12th. That's set in stone. They come 12th. It's no points. Nil point.
What?
Ones to watch.
I have to stay up.
No, that's not a surprise.
What, staying up?
Yeah.
You've got them to go down.
On a revised. Ones to watch. I had Ekatike and Pedro. Ekatike started off great. Pedro started off fine. I think
dropped
no
off.
longer good for either of them in terms of my
I don't know.
chances to be ones to watch. You had Rio and Verts. They are watchable.
And they're ones to watch when Rio gets minutes. And
Anyone that impressed you, Sammy, before?
Verts is absolutely class. I will not hear anything otherwise.
Fair.
What, as in who's impressed me like so far?
No, who would have impressed
or who
you?
would have impressed me? I would have Verts because
Yeah.
he's just that good of a player.
He reminds
Like-
me of a young Thiago or something. Like his technical ability on the ball.
Under pressure, we both went for Arteta, and he's currently living with that pressure.
He won't.
And finally, expected flops of the season. I went for Gyökeres, based on the fact that I don't think he adds anything to Arsenal, and I still think they lose the league.
Unfortunately,
I think
he's still stat padding a little bit against.
I was gonna say, I think we're gonna have to judge that. You're gonna. I'm not gonna do it. You're gonna have to do it
Yeah,
and figure out how many points he's actually won them.
and then Cunha with
I won't
Verts,
Cunha.
which I think again in a similar way as Verts.
If you're
he's
going by
playing well for them.
stats,
Yeah, he's playing well for them. Which ones are we going by stats? The Verts ones or not the Verts ones?
but then yeah,
Right, new topic.
I thought it was a game, wasn't it?
Well, I had a secondary topic first. Shall we leave that for next week?
What was the secondary topic?
We'll leave it for next week.
Oh.
Right. I haven't actually got the answers, so we're gonna have to play this.
Are we
alongside
teaming
each
up
on,
or are we against each other?
Go together. So we are gonna play football tenable.
Yes. Do you know what Tenable is?
Can you
Nope.
can you please list me the last 10 Premier League winning managers?
Oh my god. So right, we're working together on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We're gonna go backwards.
Yeah.
Oh my god, guys,
I've
this
already-
is a podcast. You have to talk.
Wait for you to say yes.
Wait, what did you say?
It's on.
like Arne Slot,
Slot.
Liverpool
Oh, I thought you
manager.
said.
I was looking at you. I was like,
I thought you said.
James?
No.
No.
That sounds a lot
Arne.
like.
So Slot.
Sorry, I didn't enunciate properly.
Yeah, last names, please.
Sorry, Slot. Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
Are we saying
Go
so it's the last 10 managers?
flip like that. That's how tenable goes. You'll go, Ben.
Oh, sorry.
The last 10?
Yeah.
Klopp.
And you don't have to go in order. You just have to be within the last 10. But yeah.
Oh.
Because you've
Shit.
currently done it in order.
Yeah, that's the way I'm doing it in my head.
Claudio Ranieri.
Oh, you went straight for the Leicester dog. I feel like this is going to get harder because how
Yeah,
much,
I'm finding it hard already.
how
Who's the
much,
Chelsea
how much
one, though?
Peps has won.
Who?
Oh,
who's the Chelsea one?
I've got a Chelsea one.
Yeah, who?
Yeah,
Wait.
Conte.
Is it Conte that won it? Because I know what happened in the period where like they were literally hiring people. They were winning Champions Leagues after 6 months, getting sacked. They were winning the Premier League after 6 months, getting sacked. Like,
Yeah. Well, you got to think is
I was trying to remember. I think it is Conte, isn't it?
yeah, like the last 10 managers to win it, City like Pep won like
Yeah,
6 on his own.
Yeah.
So that and obviously we've won
Yeah, that's
2.
what I'm going back.
Yeah. So it's taken out loads of
Conte?
years.
Conte is correct. He was the, was it 2018 Chelsea manager that won it?
Yeah, that's the one I was.
2017.
I'm gonna go for Pellegrini.
I was going to go that one.
Pellegrini. I actually have to keep track of how far back I am. Pellegrini is correct.
Shit.
You got 4 more.
4 more.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Did Chelsea win 2 in this time? Right? Because we don't know the time, do we? Because the amount of years.
There's so many managers.
The Benitez won one.
No, I think Mourinho did when he came back, didn't he?
What, the Chelsea?
Yeah,
That was ages ago, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Though you got to count out the last like 8 or 9 years.
Did Benitez not win one?
I don't think
With
he
Chelsea?
won the Europa League. I thought, or the Champions League.
Was it Champions League?
Yeah.
For some reason, someone's telling me.
This
Can we get lives? Is it?
Yeah, you get 2 lives.
I'm just gonna go Benitez.
Wrong.
Damn it.
I'm gonna go with Sir Alex Ferguson.
That's an easy one. Well done.
Last 10 managers, it was Sir Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arsene Wenger.
If you've actually gone for Arsene Wenger, you've got 2 lives and you just shouted one out straight away. You haven't even thought.
Well, what number was he?
What? Sir Alex Ferguson?
Yeah.
Last one in 2013.
Well, have you told us the order?
He would have been 8th on the list.
Arsene Wenger.
Okay, you've lost life. I at least gave you like the facts you were going
I'm
to
gonna go with Mancini.
I was trying to think of City managers. I couldn't. My mind went blank.
Trying to spell
So
Arsene Wenger.
Who did you go for a minute ago? Mourinho.
That's what like in my head. Yeah.
Yeah. Mourinho would have. It was
So
him versus.
Mancini is correct. He won it before Fergie.
Ooh, 2012.
11.
That was the Aguero QPR game.
Oh, remembered. So you got 2 more.
So that was City's first title as well. So there won't be any City managers before that. So
Wait, so there's
Pellegrini
one
replaced Mancini
before that. Then, if he was there, Sir Alex was 8th. Pellegrini, Mancini was 9th.
Yeah, so I think it might be Mourinho. Then.
Mourinho's got to be in it.
Yeah, as like the 10th one.
That's our last.
Unless did he win it again when he came back to Chelsea?
Well, it doesn't matter then. It doesn't matter if he did.
Yeah.
If we say Mourinho, he's gonna have to do his latest.
Well, yeah. But
I'm going to do the noise now. You go for Mourinho?
Yeah.
Do. Correct. Mourinho was 6th. He won it after Pellegrini when he came back in 2014.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got my years mixed up in my head.
One more. This has turned out way better than I thought it was
So
going to
it'll be the 10th one then. Is that what we're after?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Um,
So before Mancini.
yeah.
Okay,
United won.
Well, it would have been Sir Alex no matter what.
Yeah. So like, because I'm pretty sure he won the title in 2011.
Different manager than Mourinho.
They won it in 9-10 because that's the
Yeah, we went for it.
no, it was 08-09 we went for it. I thought became second. I feel like.
Correct.
Ancelotti. So Ancelotti
What
went
with
Chelsea.
maybe that was around that
Because
time
Sir
period.
Alex and Mourinho are now out. Like they've been used.
Yeah, because I think
So we're
Ancelotti.
trying to get
Because
different.
because I think Ancelotti was like Slot was one of the few managers to win it in his first season. Pretty sure
Yeah.
it's Slot, Ancelotti, Mourinho.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whose go is it?
You're on a team now. Ben went out ages ago.
Oh, Ancelotti.
Correct. We did it.
Yeah. What do you mean I went out ages ago?
I gave you 2 lives. You went Benitez. No. Wenger.
Did I lose a life?
You said 3 lies.
I said 2 lives each. That's fine.
What? You didn't say that. You said we were
Sorry, you could have borrowed some of mine because I don't think I lost any.
That's why I allowed it.
Yeah, okay.
What?
GG's.
I would have been throwing them out if there was a competition. You just like to wind me up.
Don't.
Yeah, you do.
It was
You
a
didn't
team
tell me it
effort.
was a
That's the
competition.
whole point of Tenable.
Exactly, team effort. So why have I got lives?
Right. Moving on. Moment of the week. Have you done your submissions? Did
Felly
you
has.
do your submissions? Felly has. Well done, Felly.
That's not a good one.
So Felly's moment of the week was when the international break started, so he doesn't have to watch another Liverpool. Yeah, that's kind of fair. Not bad. Sammy, did you have one?
No, I think I reposted your request on Instagram, but didn't comment because I didn't know what to comment. I suppose I had like what would it be, 13 seconds of euphoria after we potentially went to 1-1.
Or Mamadashvili save. I'm going to put that out there.
Yeah,
Just the evidence of a penalty saving keeper. Mamadashvili, excellent. Benji?
Verts is a Liverpool player.
Oh, he's just going to... I'm surprised you didn't
Oh,
say anything about
hold on. Can I change?
Go on.
It was when Vert skinned Bernardo Silva.
Oh, I
Stuck
didn't
through his
see that.
legs. Yeah, because he drew the foul afterwards, but he put it stuck through his legs. And it was Nico Gonzalez as well. He literally had 2 players on him. And he just.
Oh, yeah. Where he got fouled.
Yeah, that's my moment of the week.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Locked in.
Anything else to add to this week's pod?
No, thanks for having me back.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. Samuel Mane. Benji, you all good?
I'm all good.
So currently England... Oh, Morgan Rogers just slipped over. And it is still 1-0 to England as we close off this pod. Thank you again for listening to this episode of the Brothers in Red podcast when we are a trio. If you did enjoy the pod, leave a like, rate, and subscribe. Follow along, comment on the segments. You do like the games, you do like that I spent hours creating. And if you want to see any other different type of content, of course, follow us across all socials. Starting to actually post quite a bit more match reactions on TikTok and Instagram, and weekly posts to get your moment of the week as referenced by Sam on Instagram. Yeah. I've been James.
I've been Ben.
I've been Sammy.
You've been listening to the Brothers in Red podcast. You'll never walk alone. See you directly.
See you directly.
See you directly.